Happy Tuesday, one and all. Thanks for coming out and joining us for another Surefire Local webinar. Today's session, we are going to be talking about local services ads, strategies to secure more local jobs. I'm your host. My name is Patrick, and today I am joined by our very special guest, Jen Clark, Digital Advertising Manager here at Surefire Local. So let's get into it. Our mission, just in case any of you may be unfamiliar with Surefire Local, is to help you make online marketing easy by providing your business with a next generation platform that is available everywhere you need it across multiple devices and browsers. We provide the software that you need to attract customers and grow profits efficiently, and all from one place. So today, as per usual, we are coming to you once again live. Later on, you're going to be receiving a link to this full recording as well as all presentation slides via your email. So there's no need to worry about taking notes. Please simply just hang out, relax while you're here. Please do check your spam folders of your email service for Surefire Local, just in case you do not receive that later on. You can also share any feedback with us by emailing us, and you can do that at any time. That is marketing@surefirelocal.com. If you have any questions, please do use the questions tab from the GoToWebinar control panel. And as always, please check out the resources page on our website. There we have our large and growing back catalog of webinars that are all available to you free and on demand, as well as ebooks and other resources that are available there. Well then, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Jen. Thanks.
Hi there, Jen here. Thank you for the introduction, Patrick. I just wanted to say before we begin that I'm really into LSAs, and it's because I believe they can really help you get results as a business. And I'm going to explain why they are pretty fundamental as a slice of your overall digital marketing strategy. On today's presentation, we're going to touch on three primary topics. These are: what are Google local service ads? One. Two, what are the best practices for managing Google local services ads? And how Google local service ads impact your online presence. This is essentially going to be a primer on Google local service ads. So at a high level, local service ads are one of Google's youngest advertising products. The product was created specifically to help local businesses promote their services to potential customers that are located specifically in their service area. Local services started out serving just a few select business categories, and over time, we've watched it grow to serve a wide range of verticals. I'm going to quickly run through the primary categories that local service ads serve, and I'm going to give a couple examples for each. It's not going to be completely comprehensive, and I just want to make sure you guys all know I'm scratching the surface. Okay. One of the categories that we have is the wellness category. That would include things like acupuncturists and yoga studios. Professional services is another that includes things like lawyers, financial advisors. Education is another, and an example for that is preschool. Home services is probably one of the biggest categories in local services, and a couple of the categories in that overall vertical are general contracting, roofing, windows, HVAC, and there are so many more. Pet care includes things like pet grooming. People care includes childcare. Medical includes areas like dentistry and optometry. And then lastly, there's a category that's being tested in specific service areas, that's beauty. And an example for beauty would be hair salons. If you're wondering if local services are available for your business, feel free to reach out to us. Okay, so on this slide, we've included a screen capture of a Google Local Services results page showing local service ads. You can easily spot a local service ad, or what we call an LSA for short, by the green check mark that you see on this slide. It's right next to the words Google guaranteed, and sometimes you'll also see the word Google screened. Google search results pages. So this is a look at the placement of Google local service ads as it relates to all the other online properties you typically find on a search results page. Local services, as you can see, it's always right at the top. It wasn't very long ago that businesses' first priority was to optimize their website for SEO first and foremost. But now, just looking at the screenshot, you can see things have really changed. A business has to consider so much more. You have to consider your local service ads, Google pay-per-click, Google reviews, Google Maps, and that's all in addition to optimizing your website. Over time, Google has built and refined the results that you see on a Google search to reflect the way that we users make decisions online. By building Google search to reflect the way that we naturally use search, Google's been able to provide customers with what they're looking for pretty efficiently. For example, when we as consumers look for a service provider, we're looking for a provider who is really responsive, so we can act quickly on a service we want to book. Consumer behavior, or our behavior and expectations, have really changed because these things have changed as well. And consumers are making decisions based on their immediate needs rather than commitment to brands like you might have seen in the past. So you want your business to be front and center when the time is right for the customer. Generally speaking, customers want it to be easy to make an appointment with a business, and businesses can make that happen by streamlining their support and customer acquisition process. Local services was built around everything that Google knows and has learned from search about the ways consumers book local services online. 3 major areas of focus for local services as a product are providing instant results, which means results for local services are directly in Google search results, the same place individuals type in their search queries when you're looking for a business to serve you. Ease and convenience is another one of these. Local service ads provide customers with a complete picture of each business. That includes things like the business's contact information, their reviews, their office location, and key information a potential customer needs to know in order to select a provider. Each LSA has the provider's information organized in a compact profile, which we'll take a look at soon. And the third area of focus for local service ads is building trust. Google helps you gain new customers by building in trust factors into local service ads, like online reviews and their unique Google screened, Google guaranteed designation. Both of these we're going to speak on in a lot more detail in this presentation. To summarize the benefits of advertising with local service ads, here are a couple things local services do. They put your business at the top of Google search. This is when a homeowner's looking for you, so you're the first thing they see. Local service ads are hyper-local. Google takes into consideration your business's location. It includes your preferred service area and where your future customer is physically located when it pairs a customer with a service provider, which in turn gets you better quality contacts for your business. With local service ads, you only pay for leads that are relevant to your services, and you have the option to dispute leads for credit if the leads you get don't match your service area or the services you offer. You can pause your ad at any time, and that goes into effect immediately. You do it directly from your local service dashboard, and you set the hours on your local service ad to reflect the times you want to receive leads so that the lead flow you get matches the schedule you have for your business. Local services have the option to integrate a booking tool as well if you have a subscription to one of Google's booking partners. And that means prospects can schedule appointments directly from your ad based on your team's availability. All right, so now we're going to talk about Google Guaranteed, which is Google's badge of trust. The Google Guarantee badge, that's the green check mark icon you see on your screen, is a major advantage of local services. It essentially allows you to build credibility and trust with homeowners upfront. When a business passes Google's screening process, they earn a guaranteed badge or Google Screened. Google Screened is for lawyers and professional services. Google Guaranteed is for other types of work. That badge appears on your local service ad, and it confirms to a potential customer that the services that they book with you are with a qualified professional, and that job that they've booked is backed by Google's guarantee. So any job booked through local services that is Google guaranteed is backed by a 2K fund. This guarantee means that if a service provider didn't meet the customer's needs, they can reach out to Google and request the guarantee. The Google Guarantee badge also ensures that businesses meet their state's license requirements, and it ensures that the work they do and the business owner have passed a background check. Guarantee does vary for each category, so we can talk about that individually when you are ready to get set up for the local service ad, but the variation is very minor. Okay, so what makes local services bidding different from Google Ads? The cost, the placement, and the ranking. With local services, the cost is very different from PPC, Google's paid ad services, that you see right below the LSA. Businesses pay for individual leads of local services. You don't pay for clicks. You don't pay for a flat budget. And leads can be disputed for credit with local services. The placement is another factor, which we've talked about a lot today. It's right at the top of search. And it includes its custom, well, actually it's templated profile. And then thirdly, ranking. Local services is ranked by the bid amount you set for your business, in addition to a couple other factors, which are your Google My Business reviews, hours of operation, service area size, and responsiveness to inquiries. Google Guaranteed is not included in other Google ad properties. It's unique to local services. On the other hand, if you're running Google pay-per-click or pay-per-interaction, you are paying for individual clicks. You have customizable messaging as an option, which you provide, and customers can directly visit your website as opposed to a profile. Local service ads do not direct customers outside of the profile. And if you're wondering if there's a benefit to running both local services and pay-per-click at the same time, there absolutely is, because you can increase the chance that a customer is going to see your business in search results if they're seeing you in the top 2 spots in a local search page. All right, so here is that visual where you can see local services versus AdWords. Right below that green checkmark section is the section that says sponsored. On the Google local service ad, you see the checkmark, you see the reviews, and you see the business's location, et cetera, et cetera. On the pay-per-click ad, you see customized copy, you see potentially promotions that the business provided, and a link to their website. Okay, so now we've seen local service ads. Let's talk about managing Google local services and getting more into the weeds with that. We're going to be covering 3 areas: the customer journey for finding your local service ad, the factors that determine where each business's ad appears in search results, and linking your profile to your Google My Business page. So if you're a customer, how do you find a pro? Local service ads populate in search results each time that a user searches in Google for a specific service in their area. So for an example, like the example we have on our screen, let's say you're looking for someone to fix your AC. You can specifically type in AC repair near me. You can write out a specific location. like we have on this slide, or you can search for a business by name. Multiple businesses appear for each local services search, and more can be seen by clicking a hyperlink like the one we have here, where you can click to view more HVAC providers. All local services businesses are given a location and will be rotated through the top of the search spaces that you see here, regardless of ranking factors. Everyone gets a turn here. After today's presentation, everyone who's attending today should feel free to run a search in your area. You can do it from your phone or desktop and see for yourself what a local service ad looks like on your device. But don't do it now. I don't want you to get distracted. Okay, so more on this. In order for a customer to get in contact with a business, they either call you on the phone or they can choose the option to send a message to your business. The phone number that is shown on every ad is not the business's actual phone number. It's a tracking number that Google directs calls to. And having the tracking number allows Google to record the phone calls that come through local services, and it makes them available so that you can listen to recordings of the calls on your dashboard. When a customer searches for a provider, they can select from specific services from the drop-down menu, and they can also see if your business is open at the time they're reaching out. In the example we have here, we have the businesses that are open now. It says opens at 6 a.m. You'll see that, let's say, if you're searching at 4 a.m. And that information will automatically appear also if your business is closed. It's all based on your business's hours. Customers who use local services have two ways to get in touch with you. They can do this via message or by a phone call. With a phone call, they can click directly and call your phone from their phone or their computer. And when they do call you, you're going to hear a recording on the line informing you that the call you've received is from a Google ad. If the customer chooses to get in touch with you via Google's messaging, you're going to receive an email with the customer's request, including how they'd like you to get in touch with them, whether they want a phone call or an email. You also have the option to receive notifications on your phone when new leads come in, and Google has several online appointment scheduling tools, such as Jobber, Service Titan, House Call Pro, and these tools allow customers to schedule an appointment with you directly through your local service ad, but you do need to buy a subscription. So here we're seeing an actual local services ad profile. Each business with local service ad has a profile that's tied to their ad, and the profile has pretty much the essentials that a customer needs, like your business hours, areas you serve, highlights of your reviews, and some photos. The goal of this information is to help customers make an informed choice and reinforce the unique value of your business. But it is very straightforward and simple. There's no customization to this. There are a handful of factors that impact the frequency with which your ad appears in search results. Let's quickly run through those. Those include your proximity to a potential customer's location, the overall review score you have, and the number of Google My Business reviews you've received, how responsive you are to client calls and messages. That means having someone on your staff that can answer phone calls when prospective customers call and not letting those calls go to voicemail, and then replying to incoming messages on your dashboard. Google essentially wants this is because they want to see that the people who get these leads are responsive to the leads they get, which reinforces the value of this product. Your business hours are another ranking factor. So that means whether or not your business is open at the time a customer is searching for you. If you're closed at a time a customer is searching, it's less likely your ad is going to show. Another factor is the amount of daily budget you have remaining. And that means how much budget you have left in a given day. The total budget you have with local service ads gets divided evenly by the total days in the month that your business is open. So you want to be sure when you set a budget that you account for that total time period when you choose the budget you want when you're setting things up in our onboarding portal. And the final ranking factor is the actual bid you set. You as a business have ways that you can manage your LSA to make it more effective. And those include asking your customers for Google My Business reviews. On Google's ranking, they're more interested in businesses that have lots of 4 and 5-star reviews. And the more of those you have, the better you're going to rank. So you want to make that part of your regular business processes. You want to set your open hours appropriately. If you're open beyond traditional 9 to 5 hours, you can highlight that in your ad so that your business gets leads at times other businesses are typically closed. You can strategically manage your bid to outbid other competitors. Another thing that's important is responding immediately to leads, because that overall response time impacts your rankings. The best thing to do is responding within 24 hours at the very least. And you can turn on the option to get text for your new message leads or download the LSA app to your cell phone, so you're getting notifications right when the leads come in and you don't miss anything. When you set the locations that you serve, you can maximize your chance of showing up in searches by going wide with your service area, and that's always the best option. Now, what is it that you actually pay for? And what is pay per lead versus a fixed bid? Things that cost money with local service ads are when you speak to a real prospect, you get a voicemail from a prospect asking for your services, a missed call from a prospect that you return, and message leads that come through. Things that do not cost you any money as a provider are things like people viewing or clicking your ad. Those actions are not considered actual prospects, and you're not going to be billed for them. If you receive calls, but they're not customers, like sales solicitations or wrong numbers, you can dispute those from your dashboard. And some of these will be automatically marked as non-leads by Google as well. If you dispute a lead, Google will refund you for the lead if they confirm it to be an invalid lead. They have a review process, and you'll get an email notification after it's reviewed letting you know their final resolution. Okay, so let's talk briefly about lead bidding. This is Google's bidding model. With LSA, the price of each lead you receive can vary, and each business sets the maximum price for leads that they would like to serve as a threshold. The amount that you pay for a lead can be less than you bid, but it's not going to ever exceed your bid. A bid is the most that you would pay for a lead. When similar local businesses are bidding for customers, you determine what a lead is worth based on what all the other businesses are doing in addition to you. That means that a competitive bid is likely to help you reach goals as a business. So every business chooses their maximum bid amount, or you also have the option to allow Google to set your bid. And this is what Google recommends, but I am talking about bids just to clarify this for those of you that prefer to set bids. So how does bidding actually work? When a homeowner is searching for a provider, Google will provide 2 providers to display on the first page of search results by looking at each business's hours, their service area, reviews, their maximum bid, all those ranking factors. Then the business that's selected by the actual customer is the one that pays for the lead. So here's the bidding example we have on the slide. The graphic here is depicting how a potential lead bidding scenario would play out. Let's say your max job bid, the max you're willing to pay for a lead, is $100, and a competing business sets their max bid at $45. If you win the lead, your business could pay $45.01 for that lead. So essentially, what you're seeing here is the competition is what's determining your lead price, but you're not paying more than your max bid. And again, we definitely recommend allowing Google to set your bid. That's what they're prioritizing at this time. Now, you might be a business that hasn't claimed your Google My Business profile yet, and that is an essential piece of local service ads. So if you don't already have one, you can easily create one. You just want to go to Google My Business and enter all of your business's pertinent information into their form. Once you do that, you're going to get a verification. Usually you do this by postcard, or you can do an instant verification to verify your business. Once all of this is done and your profile goes live, we will automatically sync that profile with your local service ad. To get local services up and running, you want to have at a minimum 5 reviews. Google, for some categories, will let you go live with 1, but you want to start really working on getting reviews once you get this moving. All right, now we're on to our last section. How do Google local service ads impact your online presence? Now we're going to take a step back and look at where your online presence fits into the grand scheme of things. And there are 3 main factors here at play that control your business in the online universe. One of those is you. That's the one you have control over. That includes your actions, like having a Google local service ad and maintaining a Google My Business page. The next one is the internet. That's the place that ranks and organizes your online presence. And the third is the public. That includes the actions customers take, like leaving a review or engaging with content on your posts online. Your online presence matters because having an online presence is pretty much everything for a business today. It probably goes without saying, but having local services as part of your online presence is one of the first things that I would encourage a business to tackle when it comes to establishing your online marketing. A local service ad helps you jump the line with Google, since unlike your website, it doesn't rely on keywords and a long list of optimization. And it ultimately gets you placement at the top of Google once your ad's up and running. There's also that built-in legitimacy of having a Google Guarantee badge, which is really great. And it can generate leads even after your team's left the office for the day. And the last benefit there is that leads come at a low price point and are high quality. Why Surefire? Why does it benefit you to get up and running with local service ads by going with Surefire as your provider for local services? If you work with Surefire, you're going to get access to local ad experts by phone and email for help with all things local services. So that means onboarding, changes to your profile, tips for getting the best results for your ad. You're going to get support with your requirements to become Google guaranteed or screened. We work with your background check providers and we help you complete this step as efficiently as possible. And actually, the Surefire team works directly with experts at Google. We were the first to get the news, or we are the first to get the news, the latest updates at local services, which means businesses that work with us get to be among the first to know about and take advantage of new features and opportunities that come with local services. We've got a great direct relationship with the local services team at Google, which is a unique thing that a lot of providers don't have. It also gives you access to experts at our Surefire local services ads team. And we've been working with this product since its inception. I myself have been working with local services at Surefire since its inception. And since LSA rolled out nationwide, our program has successfully helped hundreds of providers get visibility for their businesses with a local service ad. Also, Surefire has a digital marketing platform, and we use our digital marketing platform to manage all the marketing that a company runs for their business. There's a couple of screenshots on the screen here showing some of our dashboards. Our platform benefits you when you run local services because you get to see all of your marketing and your reporting in one location. You also get some of our unique reports for your local service ads. And something that's really cool is our platform appends information on each of your leads. So you can get a full profile with your client's details. when they contact you through local service ads or through any of your other marketing. You're going to see things like if they're a homeowner, what their credit looks like, their age, so many other interesting and unique pieces of information that can help you as a business to better serve your customer and know if they're a good fit for a service you offer before your sales team reaches out. All right, so I know I've covered a lot of ground today, and I hope that everyone in attendance has learned something new during today's presentation. And personally, I hope I've convinced you that it's time to set up a local service ad for your business if you don't already have one. If you decide to add one to your marketing strategy, me and my team at Surefire would be more than happy to help you get started. And I hope everybody who's here today has a great rest of your Tuesday, and really appreciate you all for tuning in. All right, Patrick, over to you.
Jen, thank you. Thank you for a fantastic webinar. Really appreciate it. Folks, now is the time in our session where I would like to do exactly like Jen said. See if you are interested in scheduling a one-on-one session with one of our subject matter experts, not just to talk about LSAs, but as well as our very own platform. So I'm going to go ahead and launch that poll on the screen. And do that right now. Click launch, and you should see that. Okay. So just to review, this is your chance to schedule your very own session to see how our all-in-one business intelligence marketing software, as well as many of our other services like Google LSAs and etc., can help you give you complete visibility into your marketing, transparency of ROI, and make it really simple and easy to build your digital footprint and to grow your business profitably. So whichever you would like to hear about, and whether or not you are a customer or whether or not you're new, we're simply glad that you decided to take time out of your very busy day today and schedule to spend it with us and to hopefully learn a little bit more information to better your business. All right, I'm going to go ahead and be quiet and give that poll just a few minutes so you guys can go ahead and respond. Okay, great. I'll go ahead and close that out. Closing that out. All right. Well, folks, thank you again. Thank you for coming out for another Surefire Local webinar. We're very happy to have you. This is the point where we will say goodbye. Another big, huge thank you to Jen for coming out and having our very special Google LSA webinar for you here today. So as we say goodbye, if you have any questions after the fact as you watch this replay, or if you are watching this later on at a later date on demand, please never hesitate to reach out to us. Even if you just want to say hi, you can send us an email at any time utilizing marketing@surefirelocal.com. Please pay attention to all of our channels and our website for when our next webinar will be happening next month, and the topic, that's a surprise, so you'll have to wait and check out. Please also stop by our website and check out the resources page. You can view once again, our very large and growing back catalog of webinars are all available to you on demand, as well as ebooks and other free resources that you can utilize there. Anytime you are listening to this in the future, if you just missed your chance, you can always schedule that demo with us by going to our website and clicking the Get a Demo button in the top right-hand corner. And that's it, folks. We will talk to you again very soon. That's a wrap. Thank you all for coming out here today and spending it with us one more time. And we will see you all again very soon. All right, folks, take care. Bye-bye.